Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Tim. We are currently playing through Silent War 2.0 with the IJN expansion. We're playing campaign number 3, Turning the Tide. We're currently on week 4 of May 1943. So let's jump right into it here. We've got our war phase to start off with, war event phase. Rolling 2 dice. If the black die is a 0 to 3, then we will have a war event. Second die will tell us which one. It is not. Next we have, our ultra roll. A 3. And a 3 on the ultra table for war period 3 is the Java Sea and the Solomons. So we'll get those put out. Java Sea right down here. Let's put it here so we're not blocking the table there. And then the Solomons over here. Not sure if it's going to be worth going there. We've only got, even with the +1, we'll only find something on a 6 through 9, so might not worry about that one too much. Next we've got our weather phase. We need to roll to see if we're going to get a new tropical storm formed this month, or this week. We're in the month of May, so it will only happen on a 0. We did not get it, so no storm again this week. All right, so let's next move on to the R segment. We've got no reinforcements this week. Ready phase. All of our subs that are ship side or pier side will go ready for sea. Just got those 3. Then we have to roll for the ones in the broom boxes to see if they go ship side or pier side or ready for sea. So we'll start here at the submarine tender. We've got quite a few here to do. Starting with the plunger. His readiness rating is a 4. So on a 4 or less, he'll go ready for sea. He does not. So he'll go ship side. Next up is the scamp, who needs a 5 or less. Nope. The S32 needs a 3 or less. No. The S44 needs a 4 or less. He does make it. And the last one is the Pogy, 5 or less. He makes it. All right, so we're going to have 3 here that are stuck at ship side, which means we'll only be able to bring 4 more back in to the Sperry. Let's move over here to Pearl Harbor. We've got 2 that we have to roll for. We'll do the black die for the Pickerel, white die for the Steelhead. Pickerel needs a 4, Steelhead needs a 5. And Pickerel made it, but Steelhead did not. And moving on to Fremantle. Got nobody at Brisbane. The Thresher and the Albacore, they each need a 5. So we'll do black die for the Thresher, white die for the Albacore. They both make it. We just have the one at Dutch Harbor, S34, needs a 3 or less. No. All right, now for repairs. Moving back here to Pearl Harbor. We've got the, what was that, the Scorpion. Needs to roll a 8 or less to advance. You got it. And then our early Gato, the greenling that's in for refit, he needs a 6 or less. He got it. All right, and then we've got 2 up here at Dutch Harbor that need a 5 or less. So we'll do black dye for the S35. White dye for the S23. Looking for 5s or less. Hey, both of them made it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, those are our 8 subs that we have committed to the Aleutians campaign. 3 at Dutch Harbor, 4 over there in the Coral Islands, and 1 at the Aleutian Islands. If we could get that war event rolled, what is it? Or is that not till next war period? Oh, war event 0. It can't happen until October of 43 though, so we got a little ways. But that'll close Dutch Harbor, and all the S boats will get relegated to training duty. All right. So the last thing for the Triple R segment is prep for operations phase. We just need to move all of these up to the operating section of their respective op areas. We forgot to do the Saury last week. Looks like. Wonder how we missed that. Well, let's go ahead and take care of that now before we get any farther in this turn. So I think, what do we got here? 1, 2, got 4 subs there already. I think we'll send him down to the Carolines to patrol there. And yeah, then we'll just leave him in the operating section when we're done. Go ahead and do the rest of these before I forget. And we'll go back and do this one patrol from last turn. So he doesn't have to worry about a transit event because there's no red box here. So we'll do his search and contact roll. And he didn't find anything anyway. 2 and 1. So now we just find out if he has to come back this turn or not. He is a B rating. And with not finding anything, he gets a -1 to his roll. So a 5 or less will let him stay out. And he does. All right, so we'll just leave him right there, patrol side. And we just moved him from done back up to operating. All right, I think that's all of them moved. So we'll get to, let me take a minute here to figure out how we want to shuffle things around here, and then we'll get right into it. Okay, we're getting ready to start the operating segment here, operations segment. We're going to start here with these two that are in the Solomons. They're returning to Pearl Harbor, and one of them is an early Gato, so we're going to put him in for voluntary refit. However, if you remember, we already have one currently being refitted, so he's going to have to go into the repair hold box until this one comes out. Then we'll be able to put him in at repair box number 2, I believe. That's how that works. So yeah, let's get these back. There's not going to be any transit event check for returning to Pearl Harbor. So the porpoise can just go into the broom box, and then the drum will go into repair hold, awaiting voluntary refit. All right, I think next we'll move over here to these subs returning to Fremantle. So we've got a couple here in the Java C. They won't have a transit event check, so they can just both go into the broom box. That's the Gudgeon and the Grenadier. So we'll get them over here. And then we've got a couple coming back from South China Sea 2, actually just one. So he also will not have a transit event check, since there's a red box in the area he's leaving from, but you don't have to consider that one. He doesn't travel through any with red boxes or into any with red boxes, so he can just go back to the broom box as well. That is the S31. All right, and then moving up north here a little farther, we've got, is it 2 coming back here? Yep. They are going to go through South China Sea 2 into the Java Sea, so they will have to do a transit event check, because although they are on transit side, they are moving through shallow water, both of these places actually. So we will roll, only a 9 will matter for them. The spotted marker has no effect. That only affects War Period 1, War Period 2 for transit event checks. So we'll roll first for the Grayling. Only on a 9. Nope. So he comes back. Spotted marker comes off. He goes into the broom box. And then same thing for the Tautog. We'll roll for his transit event check. Oh, sorry, he doesn't go. That's a 2. I just realized the Grayling didn't make it back to Fremantle yet. They're both still in the Java Sea. Got a little ahead of myself there. So they will go in the done section there. Let's see. We've got these guys in the South Philippine Sea. I think we'll send them over to Brisbane. So they will come through the Bismarck Sea down to the Coral Sea. Actually, they can actually get back to Fremantle this turn. I just realized that, through the Banda Sea. So I think we'll do that instead. So again, they're on transit side, but because they're moving through shallow waters, they will have a potential transit event check on a 9. So we'll roll for the grouper first. And he is safe, and then we'll go ahead and roll for the other one. He is also safe. That other one being the Tarpon. So they both make it back to Fremantle. To the broom box with them. see what else we can clear out. Let's go ahead and take care of the obvious ones here. These guys have to go back to Dutch Harbor. There's 3 of them here. No transit event check because there's no red box in Aleutian Islands, but they will have to roll on the damage table, and because they're returning to Dutch Harbor, and anything other than superficial damage will result in light damage. So we'll start with the first one here. We're looking for a 0 to 2. Oh, so he gets, that's the S40. He goes in, oops, wrong one, repair box 1, Dutch Harbor. Same thing for S33. Roll on the damage table for him. He also goes into repair box 1. And S41. Repair box 1 for him. All right, that's our subs returning to Dutch Harbor. Let's see what else we got here. So we can fit, so we've got 3 that are ship side at the Sperry, 3 that are coming out. So we can only fit 1 right now, but we'll eventually be able to fit 4 once these 3 come out of there. So let's see. We know this guy can't go there. He attempted to last turn, so he has to go back to Pearl. So we'll go ahead and do that through the Hawaiian Islands, down to Pearl Harbor. No transit event. He is damaged, so let's see how bad his damage is. Oh, superficial now. Good deal. So he goes into the broom box at Pearl. We've got what? 1, 2, 3. We got 3 for sure that can go in there, and then they've got 3 that are kind of maybes. They have to roll to see if they only have superficial damage before they can get in there. How do we want to do this? Now I wonder, since these guys are only 1 space away, if we're allowed to move here, roll to see if we can get into the Sperry, and then if we can't, continue on our transit movement to the Hawaiian Islands, just so we don't get too crowded in here, but I'm not sure if that's allowed or not. Let me just check on that real quick. Okay, it looks like if you attempt to dock there with a damaged submarine, and you get any result other than superficial damage, it's moved to the done section of that op area. So it is not allowed to continue moving if you attempt that and fail. So I think what we'll do, like I said, we can get 1 more in there now. Let's go ahead and get the ones that we know can get there first. So this one is going to go through, how many subs we got here? It's only 3, okay. So he can move through here to here. No transit event check required because he's on transit side, and there's only 1 red box there. So he will go into the broom box of the Sperry. Now we need to get these 3 out before we, or at least 1 more out before we can get another one in. I think maybe we'll just shuffle back and forth, send the ones out to Empire Pacific, and then we can bring another one back in and send another one out there without incurring congregating risk. So let's send the Pogy out from the Sperry through the Bonins to here. Again, transit event side, and both of the areas he moved into or through only have one red box, so no check required there. I'll have him flip to patrol side. Then the Snook can come back. So he goes into the broom box of the Sperry. And then we'll send, let's see, we got an S3 and a P3 that are coming out. Either one of them are great. I think I'd rather have the permit over there. So we'll leave the S44 in there for now. We'll send the permit out. He'll transit move through the Bonins to here and then flip over to patrol side. All right. Oh, I just noticed we also have this one up here in the Sea of Japan that can get over there as well. I think I'd rather get him in there. He's a Gato instead of some of these. That's an early Gato. That's an S3. Yeah, I don't want these crappier boats tying up my forward base. So we got room for one right now. So we'll send this guy back through here. Actually, I could have sent, I probably should have sent the Pogy up there instead. Yeah, I think I'm going to resequence those moves so that before we sent one of these back and brought the Pogy out, we would have brought this guy back. He has no transit event checks required either. So he's back here. And we actually sent the Pogy then up this way. Now he will have to do a transit event check for entering the Sea of Japan. He'll be at a -1 because he's on transit side, but then a +2 for entering the Sea of Japan. Actually, I just realized that one leaving, who was that? The Sunfish. He had a +2 because that applies to entering or leaving. So he would have had a +1 to his transit event check, with this being the governing op area. So an 8 or a 9 will cause him potential problems, and he gets an 8. Hopefully it's nothing. Yeah, 2 and 0. I don't even need to look that up really. That's definitely nothing. Okay, so Sunfish did make it back okay. Now the Pogy, when he's going into here, he's the same deal. -1 for transit side, but +2 for entering. In this case, this will be the governing op area. So he'll actually have one on a 7, 8, or 9. Huh, that's a 7. Low, low, low. Ooh, 8, but then a 0. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, 0 is nothing on all of the rows. Whew, that was close. So he will go patrol side there. All right, I think we got that squared away now. And we are at 7 subs at the Sperry, but we got one more to come out. So we can fit one more in there. Just need to decide who we want that to be. I'm thinking neither one of those. So probably either this new S2, which is a 634, or this early Gato, which is a 644. Let's do the early Gato. He's damaged, so if he doesn't make it in, then we can send the other one. All right, so he's gonna move up. There's only 3 here, right? Yep. So he'll move up through the Bonins to the North Pacific. No transit event required. And then he needs to roll to see if he has superficial damage. And he does. So he loses his damage marker. And oh wait, getting ahead of myself again. All right, before that happened, we moved the S44 out. I think we'll have him go to Empire Pacific. Where do we want? Yeah, that's an S3 also. Yeah, so he'll go through here to here. Again, no transit event check required for that route. So he will patrol there next turn. Now this guy comes in with his superficial damage. And now we're at full capacity again on the Sperry. All right. Sorry for all the slip ups there, but I think we got it all straight in the end. All right, what else we got? So that means all these others are going to need to head back toward Pearl Harbor. So we'll just have these guys. They're both transit event side, and they're only moving through an area with 1 red box. So they will not need to roll. They're going over to the Hawaiian Islands. So they can both make it over there fine. I think we'll send this one through the marshals down to the transfer route, just for something different. And again, no red boxes involved in that route, so he's fine. Got these 2 guys that are outbound. I think we'll hold off on them for now. So I think that just leaves these ones in the North Philippine Sea that are returning. And need to decide. I think maybe we'll have them come down through the Carolines to the Solomons. And then we'll get them into Brisbane next turn. So no red boxes along that route, so all 3 of these guys can, or actually all 4. All 4 of these can, well, hold on a second. That last one is going to have a transit event check there unless we move this guy out first. So let's do that. So we'll have him patrol move over here to the South Philippine Sea, the Saury. So he will have a transit event check on a 9. Nope. And then he will do search and contact there. And gets a 6 and a 4. So a 6 is going to give us South Philippine Sea, sorry. Sparse. Getting all cattywampus here. Fix the mess I just made. So it's a sparse, and 4 is a small convoy. So a sparse small convoy is 2 in A, 1 in B. All right, with his 4 tactical rating. We're gonna get to flip all these over, even if we go cautious. But I think we'll try an aggressive approach here. Very good. And very good. All right. Okay, so we need 2 auxiliaries and a light cruiser. Let's get the light cruiser first. By the way, in between this part I'm shooting now and the previous segments, I received the replacement counters for the game. Compass produced some replacement counters for the ones that had been miscut on the original counter sheet. Some were different sizes and cut at angles and stuff. So we've got all those in here now. So we won't be able to tell that something might be something we don't want to see just because it's a little bit narrower than the others and things like that. So that's going to be good. I did make another video, just a short one on just to provide a little assistance in getting those replaced, so you can tell which ones are the bad ones. So check that out if you'd like. All right, for our light cruiser, we got the Kuma. And then we need 2 auxiliaries. We have, for the top one, the Yasukuni Maru. Nice, 12,000 tons. And for the other, upside down, the Notoro, 16,000 tons and only 3 defense, even better. All right, some nice fat targets here. Let's hope we can get one or both. All right, we get 4 TDC markers, but we only have 3 targets, so we obviously will only get 3. Trying to get that in shot, but also in focus. That's a little better. All right, so that one there, this one there, this one here. +1, don't like that. 0, not so great. -1. This -1 is equivalent. Actually, it's not even equivalent because we're over a column. So this is actually going to be our best shot, I think. These do all have -1 to them, so this is actually a 0, that's a -1, and that's a -2. But with the extra defense and the column firing into the adjacent column, it's going to be tougher to hit this than this. So let's see what we got. 6 -1 for the torpedo level is 5. Then we lose 3 for the ship defense. We're down to 2. But then we get to add 1 back in for the TDCs, and that's actually -1. So that gives us 3 for our 2-hit number. We get a +1 DRM since we're aggressive. So we need a 4 or less to hit that 16,000 ton oiler. Come on, start off good. Oh yeah, 0.8. That's gonna sink that baby. What a great start for the 4th week of May. 0 obviously hit, and then because that's actually a -1, or -1. The 8 for a 16,000 ton, which is on our 10 to 17 row, gets modified to a 7 for the torpedo value. But that's still a red box, so that's gonna sink it. So very first shot of the week. Get a sunk ship. Liking that. Just make a note of that real quick here for my spreadsheet. May 43. And we have the Saury has sunk the AO, what was the name of that again? Notoro. 16,000 tons. All right. So let's send him over here to the pile of shame. And we get to add a ship to our total. Bring us up to 257, it looks like. And then 16,000 tons. So this will go up 6, which will wrap around, which moves us to there, and then another 10,000. So we're at 1,080,000 for our tonnage. All right, let's see if we can get this other one. There is no counterattack. So for the re-attack round, we just draw some more TDCs. We'll stay aggressive. Oh, I don't like that. It does get a -2 to it though, and so does that one. All right, so it looks like in this case, this is actually going to be our better shot. But just for funsies, let's see what they each would need. So we're at -2 on the TDCs since it's the re-attack round and we're aggressive posture. So 6 minus 1 is 5. We lose 4 for the ship defense, brings us down to 1. But then that's actually a -1 TDC. So we'll need a 2 for the 2 hit value on that, which actually a 3 or less would do it with our modifier. If we go after the cruiser, we're looking at 5 minus 4 is 1, -1 for shifting over a column, but then that's a -3 TDC, so we'd hit it on a 3 or less. So, well, actually, the 2 hits a 3, so we'd hit on a 4 or less, actually. I'd really like to go for the higher tonnage, but at the same time, I would hate to roll a 4 and then miss this one where it would have hit that one. And again, we really need to work on getting our ship sunk count up so we can improve our torpedoes. So I think we'll go after the cruiser. So we need a 4 or less. Come on. Yes, and that 6 gets modified down to a 5. We're on the, he's a 5,000 tonner, so we're on the 5 to 9 row. So that'll sink that. Let's see, the 12,000 tonner. Yeah, we would have sunk that one too, but that's okay. I'm not upset about that decision. So, first 2 shots of the turn result in sunk ships. Loving that. So the CL, is it Kuma? Kuma. CL Kuma, 5,000 tons. Credited to the Saury. And that goes over to our pile of shame. So there's all the named IJN ships that we've sunk so far. And let's not forget to add it to our total. We're up to 259, or 258, sorry. And then another 5,000 tons. Puts us at 1,085,000. All right. Again, no counterattack. If we had a super skipper, we could actually now make a 3rd attack, but such is not the case. So the Yasukuni Maru gets to sail away unharmed. We need to do our endurance check then. The Saury is a B rating, but we were aggressive posture, which gives us a +1 die roll modifier, so we need a 3 or less to stay on patrol. We do not get it. So he will go home next turn. All right, so that will now allow us to do our transit move of these 4 subs through the Carolines down to the Solomons with no event checks required. I guess we didn't really need to worry about that because there wasn't going to be an event check anyway. There was no red boxes in either of those areas, but that's fine. Good practice to kind of work that out. Sequencing of your moves to prevent congregating risk. All right, so that is all of our RTB subs taken care of. So let's think about where we want these 2 to go, and if we can go ahead and send them now, or if we need to wait, or if we should wait until some patrols are done. What do we got here? We got a Gato, 2 Gatos. I think we wanted to try to get them up into the East China Sea. So it looks like it's safe to go ahead and do that now. We've only got 2 subs here and only 1 there. And let's see, 1 red box, 1 red box. Oh, but this is shallow. So they will have to roll because transit event -1, shallow +1. So if they get a 9, we have a potential transit event. So we'll do the silver sides first. And we got a 9. And that shallow modifier actually applies to both of these rolls too, so they'll each be +1. That's a 2 and a 5. I think he's going to be safe with that. 2 and 5, yep. So we'll flip him over to patrol there next turn. And then we'll do the same for the sawfish. So he will only have a transit event check on 9, and he does not get 1. So he will patrol there next turn as well, or an adjacent area, we'll see. All right, so that's all of our transit side subs. So now we just have our patrols to do. We do have, if you remember, we have an ultra area here in the Solomons, which really isn't worth pursuing, I don't think, because of the, even with the +1 modifier, you're only going to find something on a 6 or higher. Plus we have nobody within range to get there anyway. Our other ultra area is in the Java Sea. We do have 3 here that can respond to that. Looks like those are the only ones. So let's do that next. So we'll start with the Pito. He will do a transit move down to the Java Sea. There's no red box here for War Period 3. Again, we don't have to worry about the place he's leaving from. So no chance or no need to roll for a transit event. For search and contact, this is actually kind of a double bonus here. We get a +1 to search and contact because it's a narrow area, and a +1 because it's the ultra area. So he gets a +2 to his search and contact roll. So that's a 5 and a 3. So a 5 is just enough for a sparse contact, and a 3 is going to be a small convoy. So normally that would be 2 and 1, but because it's an ultra area, we get to add 1 to each of the numbered columns. So not C or D, but these will become 3 and 2. All right, so here's what he found. We're definitely going to set up in column A. I'm thinking, just to be on the safe side so we don't have to flip either of these, we'll go cautious posture this first round. So we'll just flip the 3 in our column. Those are the same 2 we had last time. Nice. All right, so this one stays, but we need a couple of auxiliaries for those. And we get, for the top one, the Hiei Maru, 13,000 tons. And the Fujikawa Maru, 7,000 tons. All right. We do still get 4 TDC markers. So we'll have to put one on one of those 2 over there. 1, 2, 3, and go for the bottom one. Hopefully we'll have a good shot on one of these. Should be a decent shot there. Looks like our best bet. Well, that may be the best bet, but we don't know what's lurking under there. So I think we'll make this our unmodified TDC. So 7 attack minus 1 leaves us with 6. We lose 3 for the ship defense. And then plus 1 for the TDC. So we'll hit on a 4 or less. There's no modifier. So let's see if we can make it 3 in a row. No. All right. Well, there is no counterattack. I think we'll stay cautious just to be on the safe side. Again, there's not really any advantage to switching to standard unless we were going to attempt those multiple shots, but not with these ships, I don't think. All right, well, we will have to flip over both of these. We're staying cautious. Ooh, a diligent escort. Okay, now, so this, I don't think we had this situation occur before, but if we had, I would have probably forgotten to do this. But this is a good time to illustrate it. So when you are a cautious posture and you flip a diligent escort, a little glare there. Roll 1 die for each diligent escort revealed. If the die roll is greater than the diligent escort's ASW value, the diligent escort is treated as a normal DD with 1 subtracted from its ASW value. Excuse me. If the die roll is 0, plus 1 DRM to the diligent escort's counterattack. So we got a pretty good chance if we roll, what is it, greater than his ASW value. So if we roll greater than 4, and what I'm wondering though is, so this is an interesting question here, because with the IJN rules, what we do is we would draw a normal destroyer for that, and then add 3 to his ASW value to because he's a diligent escort. So I'm wondering if we're supposed to do that first and then roll and see if it's greater than the ASW value, or if we roll based on this. I'm thinking we replace it first, since this is just kind of a placeholder to show that we got a diligent escort, but it's not actually the ship that we encountered. So we'll do it this way. So he is going to be the Usugumo. But then we'll leave that there to denote that he's diligent, or at least for now he is. So he has an ASW value of 4, just like the counter we drew. But now if we roll greater than that, he becomes just a regular destroyer and doesn't get to roll on the diligent escort's counterattack row. But if we roll a 0, then he remains a diligent escort and he gets a +1 on the diligent escort counterattack row. So let's hope we don't do that. So we're looking for greater than a 4. Ooh, a 1. So very close to giving him that bonus. All right, so now we have to roll for his diligent escort counterattack, which is going to be on this row here on the table. It's not, these modifiers would normally apply, but I don't think, I need to get clarification on this too, I guess. I did clarify that these other modifiers do apply in addition to the those special posture modifiers, but I don't know if these posture modifiers apply or if those are only for, I think those are only for the non-diligent escort counterattack, because that's what it says somewhere here, place we were just at. Yeah, so it's got -1 DRM for non-diligent escort counterattack die rolls, and then same for the +1 on. So I don't believe those two apply in this instance. So it's basically just going to be a straight roll on the on this row down here. Let's hope you get something. An 8 is bad. 8 is damaged RTB. Well, that is a real shame. So he doesn't even need to roll on the endurance table since he's forced to involuntarily RTB. And he will go down here. Now that puts us at 3. I'm wondering now if we should have sent these guys, they were here, right? Well, they couldn't have come down to here. We could have sent them through here to there. Or if that would have been a better move. That's all right. It's too late now. So we're now at 1, 2, 3 subs there. So the next one's going to be fine. But then the last one that moves in will have a congregating risk. All right, so he's got no transit event required because there's no red box here. Between the ultra area bonus and the narrow bonus, he gets a +2 to his search and contact roll. Ooh, that's going to be a 10-7. So can't go higher than 9, but that's going to be moderate density. And then a 7 is a large convoy. So moderate density, large convoy with an extra ship for each column is going to be 3422. All right, we're going to set the fin back up here in column B. And we are going to go standard posture. So we'll just flip over 4. Oops. 1. Oh, boo. 2. Oh, hospital ship. 3. 4. Okay, we got a couple good targets here. So let's get these replaced. We need a destroyer for that guy. Hospital ship does not get replaced. Our destroyer, oh good, it's a small one too. The Sane, I don't know. And then we need an auxiliary. It is the Taiyō. That was for column B. All right, TDC markers. Let's, well, we definitely want these two. I guess we can target the hospital ship. I think for our fourth one, let's try something over here just for fun. In case these are all bad. Oh, they're not. Ooh, nice. Okay, we went standard. So we don't get any modifiers to the TDCs or to our dice roll. Let's see what these two are going to be. The top one will be 6 minus 1 is 5. Minus 1 for the ship defense. Minus 1 for this half ASW rounded up. So that makes 3, and then add 2 back. So we need a 5 or less to hit him. This one would be 6 minus 1 is 5, minus 4 is 1, minus 1 from that is 0, and then add 3 back. So 3 or less to hit him. And again, I'm thinking I'm more concerned with ship count now over tonnage. So I think we'll just go for this one. We could try a split shot if we wanted to get 2 rolls. Let's say we sent, well, we'd have to go 3 and 3, or I guess if we went 4 and 2, it would make them equal rolls. That would mean if we sent 2 at this one, it'd be 2 minus 1 is 1, minus 1 for the defense is 0, negative 1 from the ASW, then add 2 back. Yeah, so it'd be, each of them would be 2 hit on 1. I don't like that. So we'll just try for the easier one. Need a 5 or less. There we go. And that 5 becomes a 4, which is still a sunk for a 1,000 tonner. So the Finback. Sinks a merchant 1,000 ton. That one just goes back to the cup. And then we'll record one more ship for 259 and one more 1,000 tons for 1,086,000. Whoops. Just moved the table. All right. Now we have a counterattack. Let's get rid of these. For our counterattack, we've got half rounded up as 1. There are no red boxes in the area. And then 3 for the general ASW value makes 4. Our defense is 4, but we're in a shallow area, so we only get to subtract 3. So he's going to be on the 1 to 2 row of the counterattack table. And there are no applicable modifiers. Let's see what he does. 7. Ooh. Don't like to see that 9 on the second roll either, but a 7 is just safe. All right, so now we need to decide if we want to re-attack. Get rid of that one too. I'm thinking we do, and what I'm thinking is we slide over here to get away from that destroyer, And then we have to flip the rising sun flags this time, as many as we can. But I think we'll go cautious. So we only have to flip 3. And we'll do these 3 because I think these have the best chance of being something not harmful to us. Yeah, like that. And like that. And like that. All right. So we managed to elude the escorts for the re-attack round. Now we need to replace some of these, and then we need to see if we get a battleship that we can actually encounter in this area. We're in the Java Sea. We'll do that one first. So our battleship possibly is the Mutsu, and I don't think we're allowed to find him there, according to Japanese battleship doctrine. Let's just refer to that again here real quick. All BB and BV other than the Congo class and the Yamato, which are the 32,000 ton and 68,000 ton, may only appear in Empire Pacific, Sea of Japan, East China Sea, and in War Period 3, the North Philippine Sea. So in this case, we follow this rule to where it gets placed back, and then we reveal another counter in their place. So that means we're going to have to reveal one of these two. We'll put him back in the battleship cup. And let's try this one. Oh, darn it. All right, so we need a destroyer, and a light cruiser, and a heavy cruiser. Our destroyer is, ooh, it got worse, the Hatsuzuki. That goes in B. And then our light cruiser is not going to be the Kuma, because we sunk that one. I think we sunk another light cruiser at some point too. It's the Tenryu. It goes back in C. And then our heavy cruiser is out of focus. There we go. And he is the Aoba. Cup D. All right. Let's see if we can get that to focus a little better. Okay. I think we're all set now. Need some TDC markers. And I think we'll go here, 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 and here. Like this one to be nice. It's not. How about this one? No. This one? No. Oh, they're terrible. Well, they do all get a -1 for the re-attack round, but even with that, we're not going to get that great of a shot. These will be the same shot either way, since this is one less, but it's a column over. So we might as well go for the bigger one. So we'll go after the Taiyō. So we're at 6 minus 1 is 5. Minus 4 for the defense leaves 1. Minus 2 for the ASW is -1. Over a column is -2. -1. Or we get to add 1 back in for the TDC, but we still don't, it's not good enough to make a shot. So we don't have a shot on either one of these. And certainly not on this one then. So it looks like this may be our only option. It's a might be a theoretical possibility because we assume this has a defense of 1. So 6 minus 1 is 5, minus 1 for his defense, we're assuming. Minus 1 for being over a column, minus 2 for the ASW leaves us with 1. And then that TDC is actually a +1. So that's a 0. So we have a theoretical shot on this one that will hit on a 0, but that's only if this has a 1 defense. And it's very unlikely that this is going to have a 1 defense, but I think we have to try it. There's no reason not to, really. They would get to counterattack. Oh, so close. So close. Yep. Just didn't have what we needed there. So we got no shot possible. They do still get to counterattack. Now he's got 2. Still no red box. So +3 from the war period makes 5. Minus our 4 defense, but it's reduced to 3 because we're in shallow waters. So he's still on the 1 to 2 row. +1 for reattack round, but then -1 because we went cautious this time. So it's still a straight roll on the 1 to 2 row. So that's a 2. Not going to be anything. So we got away. Weren't able to get another shot off though, unfortunately. For his endurance check, he is an A rating. He did not go aggressive, so he needs a 5 or less. Just missed it. All right. Then our last one that's going to be moving into here, we'll have a congregating risk. But again, no red box, so we don't have to worry about it for transit event check, but it will affect his search and contact roll negatively. So he gets a -1 for that, but then still the +1 from narrow and +1 for ultra. So net of +1 for his search and contact roll. But he got a 1 and a 6. So that's going to be nothing. So he will do endurance check. He's a B rating, but he gets a -1 modifier because he didn't find anything. So he needs a 5 or less. He gets to stay. All right. Let's. That's going to be it for our ultra areas this turn, unfortunately. So I think next we'll just kind of work our way up and over here. So we've got the Pompano here in the North Philippine Sea. Is that where we want them at? Or do we want to transit move up to the North Philippine Sea? It's got one extra possibility of finding something there. Yeah, let's do that. So he'll transit move up to here. We will have a transit event check on a 9 only. Nope. And then straight roll for the search and contact. And 1-0. That's going to be a whole lot of nothing. If it were a 0-0, then it would have been a submarine contact, but it is not. He is a C rating. He found no contacts, so he needs a 4 or less. No. He will RTB next turn. I guess we'll go over here to the South China Sea 1 area next. Do we want to send? Yeah, I think they're fine there. It's a slightly better. You have one square here that's different in the East China Sea, that's a moderate instead of a low. But other than that, they're pretty much identical. Plus this is shallow water, so I think we'll just leave these guys over here. So they are doing search and contact first with the tuna. No modifiers. 1.5 is going to be nothing. So he is a B rating. Found no contacts. He needs a 5 or less. You got it. And then the trout, same thing. You found something. 5.3 is going to be a low density small convoy. So that's going to be here. 2, 2, and 1. All right. For tactical rating, I think we will go column A, and we will go cautious. So we just flip these 3 red balls over. Combat event. 1. Ooh, I think that's surface gunnery. Let's hope we can take advantage of that. It is. So we have to see if either of these two are warships, then we won't be able to do it. Let's hope they aren't. Okay, good. And good. All right. Unfortunately, it only applies to this one one attack round. But I guess let's see what we think, because it does make the damage result harder to get. So surfaces to engage in gun combat. Actually, I don't think in this case we have a choice. When we're attacking a loner and it's not a warship, we have a choice of whether we want to do surface gunnery or not. But this looks like it's mandatory if possible. So it's ignored if we're spotted or there's a typhoon. There's no tropical storm, so we don't have to roll. So we place a spotted marker because we surfaced. So we become spotted. And then we can choose any revealed Japanese merchant transport piece in this column and attack it using a die roll on the 26 to 35 line of the attack results table. We don't apply the Mark IV torpedo value. And if there's no revealed merchant transport piece, or if there's a revealed IJN unit, this event is ignored. And then we proceed to the counterattack round, but there won't be a counterattack in this case. Which I don't think in any case. Well, I guess, yeah, sometimes some of these guys have the 0 with the slash through it, so they get to participate in counterattack. So that makes sense. All right, so we're rolling. So we're choosing this one. That's the only one in our column, in the column that the event was in. So we're rolling on the 26 to 35 line, which is here, and it doesn't get modified by the torpedo value. So we need a 7, 8, or 9 to sink it. A 6 will damage it. 2. All right. So then there's no counterattack. We go to reattack. I think we stay where we are. Yeah, because if we slide over here, we'll have to reveal both of those, which we probably don't want to do. I mean, this might be a warship without ASW, but I don't want to take that chance, I don't think. I'm just wondering if it makes sense to go to standard so that if we do want to make a split shot here, we have that option without suffering some pretty negative effects. Yeah, let's revert to standard posture here, and then we just have to flip over this one, and it is a destroyer, of course. It is, oh good, it's the Minakaze. All right, then TDCs. And what do we got? Oh, -1, that's pretty good. That'll be a -2. That one's no good. All right, so it looks like we won't be doing a split shot here. If we had like both of these at -3, it might have been something to consider, but. So let's see what we got. 6 -1 is 5. -1 for the ship defense, -1 for the ASW. But then +2 for the TDC marker. So we hit on a 5 or less. Come on, let's get it. No. All right, they do get a counterattack this time. 1 plus 1 red box is 2, and then 3 for the war period is 5. We're not in shallow waters, so we subtract our full 3 defense to make it 2. We're on the 1 to 2 row, and he gets a +1 DRM for reattack round. 6 should be all right. Yes. Okay, for endurance check, we are a B rating. We did not go aggressive, so we need a 4 or less. Got it. We are spotted. Hopefully we can lose that at the end of the turn. He goes there. I guess we'll go up to the East China Sea next. Thinking, whoops, we already have 4 in the Sea of Japan. So I think let's actually push this guy into the Yellow Sea. So he's gonna have, it is shallow, so you get a +1 for that, +1 to transit events there, so that's a +2. So 7, 8, or 9 might cause us some problems. 1, okay. For search and contact, there's no modifiers for that. And we got a 2 and a 7. Is that enough? Yes, it is. Glad we moved up there because it wouldn't have been in the East China Sea. So we're actually up here with this guy. So 2 is going to be a sparse and 7 is a large convoy. So a sparse large convoy is 1, 2, 1, 1. Oh, not a lot of options here. This one is too far. And this one is too close. So looks like column B. If we don't like what we see here, we can shift over and try to take a shot at that in the reattack round. All right, let's just go aggressive. Hope we get lucky here. Nope. Well, that's kind of the opposite of what I was thinking we'd find. Wow, an 8,000 ton merchant. That's pretty rare. Let's see what we get for a destroyer. Hopefully it's still only a half or one. No, it's a 3. Akigumo. Well, we're going to need a pretty nice, I just put that in the wrong cup. Goes in B. Let's hope for a -2 or -3 would be ideal, because that would become -4 with the aggressive posture. Yes. All right. Called it. All right. Well, this is our best situation we could get. So let's see what we can make of it. 7 minus 1 is 6. -3 for the ship defense. And another 3 for the ASW takes us to 0. Then we get to add 4 back in for the TDC. So that's a 4. But then we get a -1 to our die roll. So we'll actually hit on a 5 or less. So a 60% chance to hit here. Let's do it. Really? 9-9. Aggravating. So he gets to counterattack us with 3. There's 1 red box, so that makes 4. And then 3 for the the war period makes 7. We're in shallow waters, so we only get to subtract 3 for our defense. So we're at 4. So he's going to be on the 3 to 4 row, and he gets a +1 for us being aggressive. That's a 6 on the 3 to 4. We might be spotted with that. Yep. Boy, this is a tough decision here. Do we try to get another shot on that thing? I think if we do, we definitely want to go back to just standard. We don't have to flip anything else over, which is nice. Yeah, let's do a reattack. We'll go back to standard, though, so he doesn't get that +1. He will get +1 from the reattack and +1 for us being spotted. But I don't want to give him +3. Let's see what we can get for our TDCs this time. We do still get a -1 to him, unless it's a -3 already. So we want a -2 or a -3 is the best we can hope for here. Ooh. That is not what we wanted. That's going to be a no shot there, because we got 6. It all gets taken up by the ship defense and the ASW, and then that TDC is going to put it out of reach. That's a shame. And then he gets a counterattack, this time, same row, 3 to 4 row, but this time with a +2 DRM. Oh, good. 2 is going to be nothing. So our endurance check, A rating. We did go aggressive, so we're going to need a 4 or less. Nope, just missed it. That really stinks. Hate to spend the time to get all the way up into there and then have to leave. All right, let's do these next two that are here. So the hoe is gonna have just a regular roll for search and contact. 1 0 nothing. Wow. And then he is an A rating, so he'll need a 6 or less with his modifier for not finding anything. Oh, come on. This turn started off so well, and now it's going downhill fast. Let's see what the Tenosa can do. He found something. 6 and 8. That's going to be a task force. 6 is going to be low density. So low density task force. 1, 2, 2, 3. Well, decision time here. Do we stay here? Go after these probably kind of small fries, or do we go big? Try to find some nice things over here in column D. Let's go big. I think we'll go cautious posture though, so we just flip over the 3 in our column. Okay, armed merchant, an unarmed merchant. Oh, darn it. I was hoping that'd be a carrier or something. All right, so let's get our destroyer. It is the Suzuki. Suzuki. I think that's it. All right. That was disappointing. The armed merchant does not get replaced. So we'll go here, 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 and here. +2, +3, okay, we'll ignore you over there. -2, that's decent. +2 is not decent. All right, we are cautious, so we'll choose this as our unmodified TDC, the top one there. 7 - 1 is 6. We lose 4 for the defense. Puts us at 2. The ASW takes that away. And then we add 2 back. So we need a 2 or less to hit the armed merchant. Oh, so close. So close. Let me make sure I calculated that right. 6 - 4 - 2 is 0 +2. Aggravating. All right. Counter attack. He's got 3. That armed merchant is helping too. 3 + 1 red box is 4. 7. Then again, we only get to subtract 3 for our defense. Puts us down to 4. So he's on the 3 to 4 row. But we were cautious, so -1. 4. don't think that's going to be anything. Nope. Well, I don't know if it's worth sticking around for this. These could be kind of nasty too. Can't decide. Let's let fate decide. Even we reattack, odd we don't. Okay, we're not. So for our, we'll withdraw for our endurance check. We're an A rating, so we need a 5 or less. Darn. All right. Evil RTB. None of those guys got to stay up there, did they? Nope. All right. Let's see how Morton and the Wahoo do over here in the Sea of Japan. He gets just a straight roll for search and contact. 5 and 4. 5 is going to be moderate density. 4 is going to be a small convoy. Just missed a large convoy there. So moderate density small convoy is 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're going to have him set up here in column A. Let's go cautious. Just flip these 3 over. Ooh, combat event. Let's see what we get. An 8. Ooh, I think that one's bad. It is. Counterattack. Escorts detect the submarine making its approach and hold it down. Resolve as per combat event 7, except the submarine cannot make an attack. So basically, we don't get to attack. They get to counterattack. That was from A. Then we got this guy. Hopefully no ASW. Oh, no. All right, well, we're cautious. So there's a chance he is just a regular. See who we got for our diligence. Oh, no. The Kagero. So he's going to be a 6. And we roll a die. If it's higher than a 6, then he's just a regular destroyer. 7, nice. Okay. So he loses his diligent aspect, which means he doesn't get his diligent escort roll at least. But now we don't get to make an attack, and he makes a counterattack. So he's a 3. There are 2 red boxes in the Sea of Japan, makes 5, plus 3 is 8. We get to subtract, it's not shallow there, so we get to subtract 4 plus the super skipper, so 5 total. So he's going to be on the 3 to 4 row. And so the 3 to 4 row and -1 because we're cautious. Nice, so that's a 0. Nothing. Boy, again, I don't know if we want to stick around. We're going to have to flip these 2 for sure. We could slide over here and flip all 3, but I don't know that we necessarily want to do that. think it's worth it. So unfortunately, I think we just withdraw. Hopefully he can stay up there. He's an A rating. Super Skipper doesn't help with that, so he just needs a 5 or less. Oh, darn. All right. And we started off so well. Now things have just kind of fizzled out on me. Next we got the Tunny. Search and contact. 4 and 3 is going to be low density, small convoy. Low density, small is 2, 2, and 1. I just realized on the Wahoo's combat here, we should have replaced this with that guy. I don't think that would have changed my decision though, whether to stick around or not. So that's what we were actually looking at. But we decided to withdraw. So let me get the Tunny's combat display set up here. Well, I don't like the looks of this very much. This one is too far. I'm almost thinking we set up over here in column C. And then if we do decide to, if this ends up being something good to go after, we can slide over here in the re-attack round if we need to get away from anything that might show up here. So let's do that. You know what? Let's just go aggressive. We're only going to be able to flip over 3 anyway. Ooh, nice. A carrier. Oh, and a diligent escort. So we went aggressive. Let's see what he actually is. He's going to be a 5 total. But since we went aggressive, but he's in, if that's on one of these player aids here. Ah, it is good. Don't have to keep finding it in the rule book. So for diligent escorts, if they're in the same column as a submarine, they get a +2 DRM. If it's in an adjacent column, which it is in this case, he gets a +1 DRM to his counterattack roll. So he gets a +1 on the diligent escort row of the counterattack table. So a 4 is going to be nothing. All right, let's see what our carrier is. We got, ooh, a big one. The Zuikaku. That's from column B. All right, well, looks like we just have to survive this first round here. And then, like I said, we can slide over here. Take a shot at that without worrying about the escorts. So we'll put a TDC on everything. I'm pretty sure this is the only one we have any chance of getting. And then only if we have a really nice TDC, I think. All right, so we're aggressive, so that's a -2. But he is a 5. ASW. Let's see what we got. 7 minus 1 is 6. We lose 1 for the ship defense. Makes 5. and then -5 for his ASW makes 0, but then add 2 back in for the TDC. So a 2, and then we have a +1 DRM, so we'll hit on a 3 or less. Come on. Get this done now. Yes, and get out of here. So that is a hit, and 9 will definitely sink 3,000 tons. I don't even need to look it up. So the Tunny, a 3,000 ton merchant. Let's put that back in the cup and record it over here. That puts us up to 260 and 1, 2, 3, 1,089,000 for the tonnage. And now we have to survive this counterattack, and then we can get out of Dodge. So he is a 5. Plus, 2 red boxes is going to be 7. Plus 3 for the war period makes 10. Minus our 4 defense puts him on the 5 to 6 row. We were aggressive, so he gets a +1 on the 5 to 6 row. This might hurt. Yes, it's going to hurt. 7 is damaged. So he is damaged for his endurance check. It's +1 for being aggressive, +1 for being damaged. He's an A rating, so he's going to need a 3 or less. Did not get it. So he will RTB. Don't think I would have left him out there anyway while he's damaged. All right. I don't know why I put these. Oh, yeah, I see. We still got the whale there. Okay, so then the whale will do his search and contact roll. 6 and 4. 6 is going to be moderate density. 4 is small convoy. Moderate density small convoy is 321. All right, we're going to have him set up in column A, and we're going to have him go cautious posture. Just flip over these 3 red balls. Hopefully they're all nice and non-aggressive. Yes, very good. All right, for our TDC markers. 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, and I think we'll put the 4th one over here. I don't like that, don't really like that, don't like that, don't like that. Well, see what we can do with this one. That'll be our unmodified. 7 minus 1 is 6. Minus 1 for the defense. And then that's it. 0 TDC. So we need a 5 or less. Let's see if we can get it. Yes. Nice. So the whale has sunk a 1,000 ton merchant. he goes back in A cup. We rack up another ship and another 1,000 tons, which will roll us over to 90,090,000. 261 ships, just 9 more ships. And we can start rolling for torpedo improvement. If we can get that torpedo modifier to 0, that will really help a lot, I think. All right, there is no counterattack. I think we stay here, because if we move over here, we're going to have to flip over all 3 of those. We'll stay cautious. So, yep, just flip these 2. That's a destroyer. And that's a destroyer, of course. So the one in column A is the Akabono. And the one in column B is the Nokazi. All right. -1 to our TDCs for the reattack round. Oh, nice. All right, well, that's a pretty obvious choice. Unmodified TDC here, that's a -3. So 7 minus 1 is 6, -2 defense makes 4, -2 ASW makes 2, but then add 3 back in for a 5 for our 2 hit value. Yes, got him. So that's another 1,000-ton merchant. 2 1,000-ton merchants for the whale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're up to 6 ships already. That was what we did last week. We still got several more to go, so hopefully we can get even more. All right, let me get that one recorded. It was another 1,000 tons, so 1 more ship for 262, 1 more 1,000 tons for 1,091,000 tons. All right, and our endurance check for the whale, he is an A rating. We did not go aggressive, so he needs a 5 or less. And he made it. So he will get to stay up there at least. All right, so I'm going to stop here for now. We'll pick this up tomorrow. All right, I think next we'll have the S42 and the Guardfish do their thing here in the Empire Pacific. So, excuse me, do a search and contact roll for S42. 3 and 0. That's going to be a sparse small convoy, which is 2 and 1. All right, we'll have him set up here in column A. We'll go standard attack posture, so we're just flipping 2. Our hospital ship is back. And a destroyer. That's too bad. All right. We have the Sazanami. Okay, don't think we'll have much of a chance on that one there with only 3 attacks, so we'll just put our TDCs over here. Got a 0 for that one and a -1. Well, I guess we'll go after this hospital ship. We won't be able to count the tonnage for it, but it will count as a ship sunk. We've got 3 for our attack, -1 is 2. -2 for the, well, maybe we won't. -2 for the defense is 0, and then minus another 2 for the ASW is -2. We only get to add 1 back for the TDC, so yeah, we don't even have a shot on it. Which means we won't have a shot here either, since we assume that's 1 defense. 2 minus 1 is 1. Whoops, minus 2 is -1. 0 for the TDC. So yeah, we don't have a shot on either one. So that means there is no counterattack, and I think at this point it's probably best to just withdraw. That hospital ship isn't really worth targeting, especially with that destroyer lurking around, and who knows what that's going to be. So we will just get out of here. We are a D rating, which means we need a 2 or less to stay on patrol. No. All right, let's see how the Guardfish does. So search and contact for him. 4 and 8. It's going to be a task force. 4 is going to be sparse. So sparse task force is 1123. Okay, we're going to have the Guardfish set up over here in column D. We've got this one that we can get rid of, zigged away. Let's go aggressive. We'll flip over all 4 of these. 3,000 merchant. Okay, a combat event. 6. Let's see what combat event 6 is. Oh, nice. Tonnage doubled. So at the end of the combat phase, which is after both rounds, if we do have a reattack, we get to double the tonnage of the largest merchant ship that was sunk. All right. I like to see that. That's from Cup C. Then we got these 2. Okay, our armed merchant, sorry, and another combat event. Well, if you get a second combat event in the same round, it is ignored. All right, let's see if we can get that armed merchant down. That would be 12,000 with the doubling. So let's get our TDCs here. Also be nice because then we won't have any counterattack. That's not very helpful. We did go aggressive, so that's going to be a 0. So our 7. Now I need to check on something. One of my viewers pointed out in the last video, name was Boz, I think, that I was neglecting to take into account this rule for targeting escorts when I was discussing the feasibility of attacking a particular destroyer in that situation. And I completely forgot that this rule even existed. But it's basically if you target a DD or a DE escorts, you don't have to count their ASW value. It only applies during the first round, and there's some restrictions on when it can't be used. But it does specifically say DD or DE escorts, so we don't get to use that rule for our armed merchant here. But I do definitely want to keep that in mind in the future. So thank you, Boz, for pointing that out. So in this case, we got 7 minus 1 is 6, 4 for the defense, and then 1 for the ASW. So we're going to lose 5, and then we lose another one. Well, no, we don't lose any for the TDC because that's a 0. So our target's a 1. This would be equivalent over here because his defense and TDC would be, yeah, because basically this is a +2, but then with the column over it effectively makes it a +3, so we're still looking at 4 and 4 that we'd be subtracting. So we might as well go after this one. Our target number is a 1. With our aggressive DRM, we need a 2 or less to hit it. Not even close. All right, for counterattack, he's got 1. There's 1 red box in the op area, so that makes 2. Another 3 for the war period makes 5. Minus our 4 defense puts him on the 1 to 2 row. And he does get a +1 because we are aggressive. Ooh, that's a 9. That's not going to be good. 1 to 2 row, a 9 is damaged. Man, I really want to get something here with this. I mean, there's a little bit of ASW, but it's not that bad. I hate to lose out on that tonnage doubled event too. So I think we're going to risk it. We'll go for the re-attack. Do we stay aggressive? Yeah, let's stay aggressive. We're going to get -2 on our TDCs. I do want to stay in this column because I really want to get that, take him out if possible so he doesn't get to counterattack. We need a -3 here, or a -2 be equivalent. There's 1 there. Oh, a +2. Come on. So that's going to be a 0 again, which I think is the same as what we had last time. We'd only hitting on a 2 or less, I think. If we go after this one this time, we're looking at, that's a -3, or yeah, it's a -3 now because of the re-attack round and the aggressive posture. So we've got 7 minus 1 is 6. We lose 1 for the defense, 1 for the ASW, 1 for going over a column, so that puts us down to 3. Then we get to add 3 back in. So we hit on a 6 or less. Come on. Really? Man, that's the second time we've been 1 away, and the second number would have sunk it. 7 minus 1 is 6. -1 for defense, -1 for ASW, -1 for column over. Oh wait, and then +3 is 6, but then we have our -1 DRM. Oh, so we did hit it. Nice. Glad I recalculated that. So that 7 gets modified to a 6, which is a hit. And then the 7 for the attack results gets bumped down to a 6. But for 3,000 tons, that's still plenty enough to sink it. So we did manage to sink that 3,000 ton, which gets doubled. So we'll mark it as a 6,000 ton. So the Guardfish 6,000 ton merchant. Let's get that recorded. Let's go back to Cup C. So another ship. We're up to 263 and 6,000 more tons. Puts us at 1,097,000. All right, now we have to withstand this counterattack again. So he's got 1 + 1 + 3 is 5, minus our 4 defense. So he's still on the 1 to 2 row. But now he has +1 for reattack, +1 for aggressive, and +1 for each damage marker. So he's going to have a total of +3 on the 1 to 2 row. We need a nice low roll here. Yes. 3 is going to be nothing. So we get away with just being damaged. For our endurance check, we are an A rating. We were aggressive and we're damaged. So we need a 3 or less. No. All right. So RTB for him. And let's see, I think next we'll go over here. What do we have? There's 2, 3, 4. We've already got 4 ships there. We've got these 2 down in the Marianas. I think we'll send them up to the East China Sea. You get slightly better odds of hitting something there. So yeah, let's do that. So the Sculpin is going to patrol move up to here. He gets a +1 to his transit event check because of the shallow water. So an 8 or 9 will potentially cause issues for us. He's safe on that. And then for contact, search and contact, he gets a 4 and a 9, so it's going to be another task force. And 4 and 9. 4 is going to be sparse. 9 is definitely task force. So another sparse task force. 1, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're gonna set up over here in column D again. This one is too far. I think we'll go ahead and go standard for this. Like that. Ooh, aircraft. Don't like that. Our armed merchant is back. And a destroyer. Oh my. This was not what we were hoping for. We got the Minasuki. Let's see if we can make the best of it. If we could get one of those two down, counterattack wouldn't be quite as bad. -3 here. Ooh, nice. Okay, let's see if we can take that destroyer out. Gonna be tough. Let's see what I think we'll have a slightly better chance at it than the armed merchant, since we can ignore his oh, actually, we may not be able to, since there's an aircraft present. Let me check those rules again. I think that may have been one of the factors that prevents you from doing it. Yeah, so here's cannot be utilized if we're spotted, if there's a diligent escort, if an aircraft has been revealed. Yep, so unfortunately we can't take advantage of that rule this time. So actually these would be equivalent shots, I think, then, since this one has 2 more defense, but the TDC is 2 more in our favor. So we might as well see if we can get the higher tonnage one. It's going to be 6 minus 1 is 5. We lose 4 for the defense, so we're down to 1. There's a total of 3 ASW, 2.5 rounded up. Puts us at -2, right? So yeah, and then we only get to add back in 1 for the ASW, or for the TDC. So we actually don't have a shot on either of them, because this one would be 5 minus 6 is -1, minus 3 is -4, and then we add back in 3. So yeah, we don't have a shot at all. Let me just double check over here. 5 minus 2 for the defense, minus 3 for the ASW. Yeah, -1 for going over a column, minus another 2. He's even further out of reach. So yeah, no shot. Good news is no counterattack, and we can just slink away without having to worry about that. So his we'll withdraw his B rating. None of the modifiers apply, so we need a 4 or less. Nope. The Sculpin will RTB. Where were we at here? East China Sea. And then we'll send the seal up there as well. So he'll have a transit event check on an 8 or 9. Nope. Search and contact. 6 and 2. It's going to be a small convoy of some sort. Looks like 6 is low density. So 2, 2, and 1. This doesn't look very appealing. I guess we'll try column B here. I think we'll go cautious. So we just have to flip over 3. And let's go with this one. This one. Ooh, nice. And this one. Oops. Oh, an aircraft. Boo. We can't even get away from it either, because aircraft goes across any number of columns. Doesn't matter where you are. You always got to deal with them. All right. Well, let's see what we can do at least in the first round here, and then we'll have to decide if we want to try a re-attack or not. So it looks like our, get that focused a little better there. We'll put our 4 TDCs on everything but the aircraft. +3, -1, +1, -1. Okay. Looks like this guy is what we're going to go after. That'll be our unmodified TDC. Since we're cautious. 5 -1 is 4, -1 for the defense, -1 for the ASW, and then add back one for the TDC marker. Means we hit on a 3 or less. No. We've only got 2 defense. We could end up flipping 2 destroyers over here, potentially. I think we will just go ahead and withdraw. Not risk... I don't know. If we stay cautious... Yeah, you know what? Let's try it. We'll stay cautious. Hopefully one of these will be something not bad. Destroyer. And another aircraft. Okay. So much for that. Should have went with my initial instinct. This could be really bad if we get a 3. I'll use a 2. Bad enough. The Kasumi. That's me a total of 5 ASW. This is going to be a pretty tough shot to make here. Only got 3 that we can put TDC markers on. Since this is the re-attack round, we can't use that special rule for targeting escorts. Not that we'd be able to anyway. Alright, I don't think this is gonna be good enough. Well, maybe. Let's see. No, not with our torpedo subtraction. So 5 -1 is 4. We've got 5 ASW revealed plus the defense of the ship takes us to -2. This is a -1 because it's a re-attack round, but that's still not good enough to hit anything. So we can't even take a shot, but we will be subject to a counterattack this time. So he's got 5 revealed, 1 for the op area, and 3 more makes 9. Minus our 2 defense, scratch that 1 defense because we're in shallow waters. So 8. So he's going to be on the 8+ row. So this is going to be bad. We are -1 for cautious, but then +1 for re-attack. So it's going to be a straight roll on the 8+ row. We need a 0. 7's going to be really bad. That is damaged RTB. And then we need a second roll, and if it's a 7 through 9, we're sunk. Fortunately, it's a 5. We got lucky there. Damaged in RTB. All right. Let's looks like we just got 3 left. We'll go ahead and have the S45 try his luck here in the bone-ins, I think. Don't really want to cause a congregating risk up here, even though he'd have a slightly better chance of finding something even with the congregating risk. Probably not worth it for an S boat, an S1, S3. All right, so search and contact for him. 3 and 8 is going to be nothing. Almost just missed getting a loner contact. If that second die would have been a 9. So he's a D rating, didn't find anything, so he needs a 3 or less to stay. He does. And we've got our 2 up here operating in the Aleutians. Or in the Aleutian campaign, I should say. So the S30, we'll do a search and contact roll there in the Coral Islands. 4 and 2. He found something. It's going to be a sparse small convoy, which is 2 and 1. And I just realized again, I forgot to replace this carrier last time, but it wouldn't have made any difference at all in what I decided to do. It was the Shokaku. Although it would have, okay, take that back. It would have given them an additional half on the counterattack, but since we were already on the 8+ row, it couldn't have gotten any worse for us, no matter how much more ASW they had. So, but let's just to make sure we got that right, and then we'll set up for the S30s here. Okay, we'll set up in, you know what, let's set up in column B. We'll go standard attack posture. So we'll reveal these 2 red balls. Nice. And not nice. I was hoping this would be a merchant or something so we could slide over here in the reattack round and not have to worry about revealing this one. No such luck. See what we get for him, and then we'll also replace the passenger ship. So that's the Hakagazi. And for our auxiliary, the Naruto. All right. 2 TDC markers. We could use our targeting and escort rule here, but with his 7 defense and my 3 attack, I don't think that's going to be happening. I think we might as well put this here in case the other one's no good. All right. That's not great, but that's even worse. Okay, I don't think we're going to have a shot here. We've got our 3 gets knocked down to 2 for our attack, minus a total of 5, plus 1 for another one for shifting over, so minus 6. Yeah, so we're nowhere close to having a shot. Even with this one, I mean, we assume he's a 1, so it's basically equivalent to that. So yeah, no shots. I think this time I will follow my gut and just say, no thanks, I'm out of here. There's no counterattack since we didn't have a valid solution in the first round. So he will get to do an endurance check. He needs a 2 or less to stick around since he's a D rating. Oh, you got it. And then we're going to have the S-28 patrol move over to the Coral Islands from the Aleutian Islands. So he will need to do a transit event check, but only a 9 will matter. And then search and contact. 2 and 2, he didn't find anything. So for his endurance check, he'll get a -1 modifier, so he needs a 3 or less to stay. He does not. Get him an RTB marker, and again, we're down to last turn. We used exactly all of our RTB markers. This turn, we've got all but 1 in use. Seems like they definitely could have provided some more RTBs and less damaged spotted markers. We seem to have a preponderance of those. All right, so that's everyone that's out on patrol, or out on the map, I should say. So we just need to get our ones out of the bases. We already got everyone out of the Sperry, so we don't have to worry about him. We've got 2 coming out of Pearl Harbor. They are a Gato and a P3. So I think we'll try to get them up into this area to replace some of the ones coming back. So let's send them basically either through the transfer route or through the Hawaiian Islands. Either way, into the Marshalls is going to be no transit check required. So we'll just send them both there, and I think we'll leave them both on transit side because we want to get them, maybe not the Pickerel. He's not that great. Might just have him try his luck up there in the Bonins next turn. So yeah, we'll put him on patrol side, and we'll leave the Flying Fish on transit side. Then we've got a few coming out of Fremantle, 3 to be exact. So let's see where we want them to go. If we come through here, we're going to have congregation troubles. So maybe we just send them this way into the South Philippine Sea through the Banda Sea. So we'll start with the Thresher. He's on transit side, so he gets a -1 to his roll, but he moved through shallow waters. So that's a +1, so a 9 will cause a transit event check. You got a 1. We'll go ahead and do the other 2 while we're here. Next one got a 6, and the last one got a 1. So they're all 3 make it there fine. And we'll have them patrol there next turn. Okay, that's going to do it. Nobody's coming out at Dutch Harbor or Brisbane. So that's it for the operations segment. We have some spotted markers to try to clear here. So the trout, we'll try to lose his on a 6 or less. He does. see if there's any more here. These were just damaged. Oh, here's a spotted. That's the grayling. See if he can lose it. He does, just. All right, let's keep looking. On there, on there. That might be it. I don't remember getting very many spotted results. These are all just RTB markers. Same there, that's an RTB. These are damaged and super skipper. Damaged. Okay, that's all of our spotted markers. We've got no weather to do anything with this turn. We can remove our ultra area markers and then advance the week marker. So we're moving into week 1 of June. So we've got 2 months under our belt. We're up to 263 ships, so 7 more till we can start trying to improve our torpedoes. 1,097,000 tons and 18 subs lost. So that's our recap for the end of May 43. We'll be back in the next episode to start June. We're going to have some reinforcements coming in, I think. I think we get some back returning from West Coast Refit. And then I believe there's a few that get withdrawn as well this month. So we'll deal with all that. I'll check the IJN counters. I believe there's some that are either coming in or going out from that mix. So we'll get that taken care of as well. But thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.